Hey, this is ASpengler, and this is episode 3 of building the Cologne Cathedral in Lego. Last week we built up this whole base that the building is going to be sitting on. So got the columns, the border, and then covered it up with plating. And that's just about it on what happened last week. The plan for this week is going to be starting off the building plans. So I'm gonna start making some plates, probably start off on the front and work our way back. I don't know if I want to just do like the front towers, start with that, and then maybe start working on the towers, or maybe we'll just map out the whole building just so we know we have enough plating and stuff. So we'll basically just be kind of making, if you think back to Ear Castle when the buildings were off and it was just the flat area, we had the kind of lining of the building, and so I'm gonna put the lining on, and I'm also gonna kind of make like a base that the buildings themselves will be on, so that will just help it so the buildings can be detached from this kind of stand or whatever, this structure we have right now. So that's the plan. Try to get some time lapses in, but I don't know if that will happen for like the plating, but we'll see what we can do. And with that, I'll go ahead, stop talking, and get building. Okay guys, coming back after a decent amount of work. It may not look like a lot, but it overall takes a little bit more time than you would think. So this part is what's different, if you can see there. So I worked on sectioning off the main structure, or the whole building, into different sections that will come off. And so we got the tower area, which is in the front. Then we kind of have this mid section slice here, and then the big section in the middle, and then we'll have one last section on the very back. I only ended up finishing the first two sections, partly because they're the most important ones that I'm going to be starting on first of all, and partly because I'm going to need a few more plates for the center one. And the last one is going to be, it's not actually rectangular, it starts off but then it rounds off in the very back, so I'll do that one very last just because it's round and it's not something you can just make a rectangle and then just wait. You have to kind of know what you're doing, and I want to make sure I get everything else kind of spaced off, get some good practice on, and kind of get in the style I'm going to be doing for the cathedral. So we'll wait for that last, but something that we can get started on probably next week is going to go right ahead, get started on the front and the towers. So that's why I really wanted to get this front area done, and so just kind of give you guys an idea of what's going to be going on. So this first section is the towers. So I made this a detachable kind of plate, so we'll build the towers on this, and so that can come off fairly easy. And then this is the mid section, so there's that. These are going to be fairly heavy, probably pretty big pieces, so I'll just have to make sure I make the building itself fairly sturdy so it's easy to lift off. And then you can kind of see there's just somewhat of a colorful structural bit here just for support on the flat area, just so it's not super flimsy. These are fairly sturdy, and this one's similar. And so I just kind of have an assortment of different supports just so there's no sagging parts, and a few little studs in here that help it attach to the actual plating. So that's what was going on. It might not look super complex, but with all these different things and just making sure this is sturdy enough, it ends up taking a little bit longer than you would originally plan on. So I find myself keep apologizing that these last 3 weeks haven't had a ton of work on it, so again, I'm sorry about that. It should start to speed up next week once we actually get started on the building itself. then we'll see things take off. But for now, it's just pretty boring. I understand that. So just something I guess a little bit more interesting. Here's the old Panther. I started working on some suspension and the chassis of the new one, so just some other interesting things are going on in the side. So there's just a quick view. I just was playing around with a bunch of different suspension techniques and just to get the right size for the Panther that I wanted and just make it look somewhat accurate. This is probably, I'll change it a little bit more before it's done, but here's just the start and probably similar to what it's going to be. So you'll probably see the Panther, the new Panther, coming out in the next week or so. So that's just another side thing that's kind of interesting that's going on. And so with that, we're running out of time. I apologize again that there's a ton of work done this segment, but things should start to speed up in the next segments over the next couple weeks. And so with that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.